It is what it is.
That's what you say when you have like herpes.
It's not. I don't know if that's true.
So it sounds like to me. No one's ever said it is what it is with a positive like connotation.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it has to be herpes. That's such a jump.
Nah, it's that. That's what it is. It is what it is, man. It's herpes.
All right, so we're live, but nobody's.
Oh, we on the air?
Nobody's in yet, so we're fine. This is.
Oh, we're on the.
We're streaming because it's during the day, so I figure we might as well. But I don't expect heavy traffic today.
I expect heavy traffic. I'm on the stream.
Wow. The gall from this man.
Alright, let me like that.
Alright, so we're going to talk our normal amount of shit. The difference this time is I'm going to probably be a little quieter because I'm focusing on attempting this bullshit fuck you minigame. So, you know, just tell stories. I'll give short answers.
Alright, well, I can only record until 4:30.
We're not going to go that long, I doubt it.
Alright.
But, yeah, and every time I fail the game, I have to go and play a day in the, play the actual game instead, because otherwise I'll blow my brains out.
Okay. I know nothing about Stardew Valley, so...
Well, this is not indicative of it, so this is a shitty
So
minigame.
this is this is completely indicative of it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I've never lied. Shark, thank you for the 11 months. Awesome. Hey, Emma. Hey, Shark. What's up, guys? So this is the mini... Oh, right. Are you on Twitch or are you on Parsec? What are we going to do here?
I'm on Twitch.
I guess the...
So I can read the...
I can
read the chat as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, I guess the latency's low enough where I can get away with that. And it's not like I need you to see it as it happens. So, it's just a shitty twin-stick shooter. That's all it is. And,
Oh, not even a good twin stick shooter?
No.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. But, there's a trophy for beating this game, which has 12, 13 levels without dying. And it's, one of the rarest trophies in the game, because this game is bullshit and based on RNG and generally unfair. It's random how many enemies there'll be, it's random what power-ups or money they'll drop to buy upgrades, it's bullshit. Pure, unadulterated bullshit. I hate it.
Wait, this Devil May Cry bundle, it's got 1, 2, 3, and 4 special edition. It's $50. Is there just a regular Devil May Cry HD?
I think that came
like...
I think that came out on PS3.
There's a regular PS4 collection, which is $30. Did that sale end?
Probably.
Okay.
You can just
no,
you can wait until the sale comes around again. Capcom puts their games on sale pretty frequently.
Yeah. The sale's still on, but those are not on sale.
Ah, gotcha.
Is there anything good on sale?
Not really. I looked it over.
BioShock.
There's a lot of shooters, which I'm not super about.
Blue Reflection, FIFA 18, but I'm waiting till FIFA 19.
So this is your high level banter.
I'm trying to think of like stories that happened this week.
Hey Muppet, hey Knight, what's up?
Finding out one of my RAs
Was a Trump supporter.
Yeah, or neo-Nazi.
I mean, same, you know, tomato.
Yeah, it was painful. It was very painful because like
they look so normal.
Did I tell you the story about her being a serial killer?
Vaguely. You like started to, and then we started talking about something else. What are you consulting your notes?
No, I'm drinking something.
I can tell you're fiddling with something.
So I didn't know. So I didn't pick my staff.
Hey, Number, what's up? Sorry, I'm just gonna say that.
Okay,
I'm just gonna interrupt you occasionally like that.
It's really like it was really annoying. I didn't pick my staff, so I was just like, but I got to pick one person, so I was like, oh, let me pick this person.
You know what?
But overall, I had no choice in the selection of this group of people.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you're in a fucking shitty summer movie, where it's like, you know, I didn't get to pick you guys, but by the end you'll all be friends and you'll turn that gang of misfits into a bunch of respectful human beings and stuff like that.
So I found out one of my kids, like on the first day, I found out that I can't fire him ever. because his uncle's on the board of trustees.
What? It's 2018. This shit happens. I thought that was
like,
I thought that was only in movies. What the fuck?
I was like, why does this boy need housing then? Like, why did we select him? Why?
I have a better question. Why would they give him to you of all people? You are easily the most likely to fuck something up with this kid.
I'm most likely to want to fire him for existing as a white boy. Like, I don't understand what, like... Anyway. And then there was another girl that I didn't pick, who I was just like, oh, you're kind of awkward. Not fully awkward, like, you have normal, decent, like, small talk, but I can't figure out what the fuck is going on with you, so I'm going to keep you at arm's length for a little bit, while, like, I keep on asking you, like, a shit ton of questions to find out, like what's up.
While we're on this topic,
then,
where do you rate me as like a functioning member of society? Like when I'm talking to like strangers or something, or like trying to make an impression.
I don't know, because I really like you don't really interact that much with strangers in front of me, other than like when you worked at 7-Eleven.
I mean, I think I did okay then.
Yeah, but like there's not like you and me are at some place and we have to all make small talk with people we do not know. Like generally.
Yeah, usually when we hang out, one of us knows people. I guess that's.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Undecided.
But like, I mean, like we were fine in high school. Like we weren't one of the weird people who like people didn't want to talk to. So I'm like, you know what?
Let's level with ourselves though. We weren't weird in high school, but I think we definitely got weirder as we both got older.
True. But I mean, we were weird in high school, but I think we also like
we toted that line.
Yeah, we had much more social interaction than like the weirdo kids. Like we moved around social circles quite often.
Yeah, we were floaters.
But whatchamacallit? So there's I got heard that I couldn't make heads or tail of. I had one kid who I was like, he was a returning RA, and I was like, he is like he's a friendly guy, but like have you ever interacted with someone who's friendly who just won't stop talking, and they're like a bit of a nerd, so you're just like, dog, I get that you're really passionate about this thing, but like I need you to kind of like pick up on my social cues here.
I have a friend who won't shut the fuck up about Splinter Cell. I know what you mean.
Okay, we're best friends. I don't have to shout the fuck about anything. We are too.
I'm too deep in. I don't get a chance. I don't get a choice anymore.
I just mean I'm not bringing up Splinter Cell when we're at the club trying to mac on women. You know?
That's true. Aren't you in a relationship? Stop macking on women. What are you doing?
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. Good save. Hey, Sid, what's up?
Then I got one person who I'm like, you're a really kind spirit. I don't know about your work ethic, but you're really nice, and you seem to be on top of your shit. And I think you're right. Like right now, you're like the person I least need to worry about.
I think typically those are the people who end up being the worst.
No, actually, for me, well, with my job, you're like I really need a. How the fuck do you? What was that?
It's a fucking bullshit zombie power up. Don't worry about it.
Usually I need those people in this job because I need human empathy people who can like people who are good.
Knowing where this story goes, that's really funny that you need people with empathy.
I need people with empathy. I need people who can like someone wants to confide in them because they're just like, oh, you seem like a really nice person.
Trusting.
And like,
God.
Yeah. Which is like the most important aspect, I would say. And then I got like one person, and you also need an asshole. I do have an asshole on my staff.
You're the asshole.
And no, but I'm like the asshole in charge of the asshole.
Gotcha.
So like if the asshole ever gets like lazy, I'm like, oh, you know what? It's fucking Carlos who told me to do this, and I'm like, I tell all my students like whenever
throw you under the bus.
Yeah, rather throw me under the bus because like so that way that person is just like, I know you don't want to do this to me, like. They can hate me all they want. I just need like make sure like if they ever like, oh, I feel suicidal, but I can't go to my my RA because like they're an asshole who will try to get me in trouble.
So like the Spencer of our group, when something goes wrong, it's like, oh, fucking Spencer wouldn't let us do it. You know how it is.
Exactly. And then I got one really girly girl.
That's a weird description in 2018.
Yeah, but it's like those.
I am gonna need explanation here because I have trouble picturing it.
All right, so you know the girls in high school who they're not popular, right? But they're not like pony girls. They're just like very much like, oh, I
pony girls.
Like
they might ride ponies, like they might own a pony. Is that what that means?
No, but they'd be really into ponies and like shit like that.
Oh.
Like not really being weird, but more like, oh, I do everything that was expected of a woman, but like I don't have anything other than that. And it's not like, and also they like expect to be held to an odd standard of like, oh, I'm gonna do what the popular girls do, but I don't have the social clout to get by with it.
I think so.
Oh fuck! There's a mouse in my room.
I'm so glad I'm recording.
All right, I'm going off the air.
No, please keep your mic on, please.
Nope.
Yes, come on.
No, I have to deal with this. This is a big deal.
But just keep your mic on. Come on, remember the FBI conversation?
Nope. Fuck
come
that.
on, what?
I'm catching you later. I'm leaving this room.
No.
Goodbye.
Well, that was an unexpected development. I don't know what's... Fuck! I blame the mouse. I don't know what to say about this. I'm gonna level with you. Was not prepared for this development. I don't know how I could be. Oh, wait a minute. I can actually fix that. How did I not notice that? Okay. So, I'm assuming he'll be back shortly or at some point or whatever the hell he feels like. Oh my god, don't I have any copper? Fuck. Don't do this to me. Alright. We'll go buy some copper. Alright. Well, in the meantime, so the only trophies I have left in this game are to do the evil playthrough and to beat that stupid fucking minigame. Every time I die, I'm just gonna quit. I don't feel like going through with the game unless it's like a long file. Oh, God, so much watering to do. But yeah, so basically to get this done, all I need to do is make a certain amount of money, which is kind of boring. This is kind of like, I just Platinum Slime Rancher, and it's like a similar situation where it's just like, ooh, the macro goal is to get money, and the micro goal is like 1,000 different things. And I got to the point where it's like all I had to do was make money, and that's so boring to me. Like when that's the only thing left to do in the game, like there's no like challenges along the way. Like in the main game, it'll be like, oh, you need 5 perfect parsnips and like this, and you need to collect this, and you need to do this, and you go to this part in the mines. There's like a bunch of shit you can do. In this part, it's literally just like, nah, grow a bunch of crops, and then, you know, eventually you'll have enough money to continue the game. And that's boring as shit. Yeah, this is the evil playthrough. This is the business farm. So there's like a community center in the game. It's like their way of like missions, I guess. Like I was just saying, you need like certain items to like fill the stuff, and then like you'll unlock things like if you get a bunch of perfect spring crops, you'll unlock like the spring bundle, and then you'll unlock like a mine carts, which is the fast travel, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of shit like that. And I think I did the math. It comes out to like a little under 200,000 that you need for the evil playthrough, like because you just instead of buying all the stuff, or I'm sorry, instead of like growing all the stuff, then you have to just buy everything, and that shit gets boring. I am not a fan. I think I need this too. Okay, so I'm gonna try and make another sprinkler. I just realized I fucked up my my placement, and I can actually make this a little bit more efficient. You already got the Platinum Slime Rancher? Yeah. You getting the new Spider-Man game? Yes, I am. Carlos paid me for it. He's technically buying it, or he paid for it, but I'm gonna buy it so I can write it off. That game didn't come out like 4 days ago. Yeah, it did. I'm the 5th person on PSN profiles to platinum it, and I'm the 1st person on True Trophies to platinum it, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Oh shit! Are you kidding me? It's Friday. Fucking this dude's closed. I just realized that. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. The game came out on Tuesday. I bought it on Thursday, and I think I started playing Thursday night. And I started playing like Thursday afternoon, like around 6. I played through the entire night, like didn't sleep. I got the platinum around 2 p.m. the next day. Just playing nonstop. It was honestly pretty fun. It's like I would look down and then like an hour would pass, and then like I'd look down again and another hour would pass, which I didn't like eat all day either. Not because like, just because I like was so fucking zoned in, and I chased that feeling because I used to get that a lot when I was a kid, but now it's much harder to like grab me in and impress me. So when it does happen, it's always super fun. Dope, congrats, thanks man. Going to buy traps, we'll try to be back on later. Holy shit, really dude? What makes an evil playthrough? So the community center is like all dilapidated and stuff, and so you have to like fix it, and basically you get a bunch of crops and then it magically gets fixed, and it's all like, oh hooray nature. But in the evil playthrough, instead of like fixing the community center, they just turn it into a warehouse for like for Joja Mart, which is like the Walmart equivalent. And it's all like money based, so that's like the difference. I don't think it's as fun to play this mode, but I have to do it anyway. It shouldn't be too hard. I can probably get it done within the first year. So I'm like trying to grow as many crops as possible. I have all those stalks of corn, which is I think one of the only plants that grows in 2 seasons. So you plant them in summer, they start growing like halfway through summer, and they keep sprouting all the way through fall. So technically, when you consider the startup cost, they're the most effective plant in the game, I think. You thought about filling in package to the community center up until you complete a room, all the rewards, and then buy the Joja membership? I didn't think to do that. I wish, but I'd already bought the membership, so I'm locked in. I guess I only need a couple copper. Probably could have gone to an easier floor, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I need to be here. These floors kind of suck. 25 is the best one for copper. So I was really counting on Carlos to fill the dead air here. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. So like I said, I stayed up all day into Friday, and then I woke up at 9 p.m. yesterday, and I've been up since. So I'm trying to just like stay awake for the rest of the day and go to bed at like a normal time, like a normal human being. And it was really going to be helpful for Carlos to carry most of the weight in this. That bastard. Okay. But yeah, the Slime Rancher Platinum was pretty fun. It does make me unsure if I'm going to continue my PC playthrough now, just because I've done really everything in the game. I'm definitely gonna have to take, if I do go back to it, I'm gonna have to take a long ass break, because I'm pretty Slime Ranchered out at the moment, which I think is pretty acceptable. So that's a good amount of copper. Like I like the game and it's fun, but fuck, did I play the shit out of it. I might do like I want to try doing rush mode again. So the hardest trophies in that game were get $75,000 in rush mode, and then get a hat trick from a gold slime. So rush mode, basically the game plays as normal, except you don't get any emails, and trades are unlocked right away, and you only have 5 days max. It can be 3 days if you fuck it up, to earn as much money as possible. And I just barely earned like 77,000, so like 2,000 more than the trophy. I cut it really close, but I did it on my second attempt, and I like scrapped the first attempt like less than a day in, so not too shabby. But that's the only difficult one. The rest are just all like weird shit, like throw a boom slime up in the air, and then when it explodes in the air, the trophy pops for fireworks, which is pretty funny. But it's all like shit like that. So what's everyone up to on their fine Saturday? Still Slime Rancher LPs done? I don't know if it's done, because that game has a lot of replay value. Plus, Monaby Park has been pretty good about updating once a month or once every 2 months. So I'll probably check back in once they add more shit. And I genuinely like the game. It's just I should definitely take a break. Plus, I was pretty close to getting most of the shit done in that game, too. Playing Persona 5? Nice. I'm lounging around all day in bed watching TV. I've been watching, I recorded a couple of videos earlier this morning, and I've been watching Full Metal Panic to try and catch up on that. To practice my audition pieces for university. Oh, what are you auditioning for? That sounds cool. How far are you in Persona 5 number? Like what palace are you at? Like what number? First, second, third, etc. Walking to Walgreens to buy some traps. I can't believe that happened. You would ruin a video like that. You're the fucking worst. You planted that mouse. You're working with him. I think this should make watering a little easier for me. Auditioning for one of the concert bands. Oh, cool. What do you play? Traps are online, Carlos, not in ships. Ha. Chops. It also works in ships, though. Getting ready for work. What do you do, Shark? Third, I believe. I got to beat a fat guy who loves money. Yeah, that's the third. Unlocking, best waifu. I'll say it. I've taken my stance. Euphonium? The hell is the euphonium? It sounds cool, but I'm very scared by it. Alright, pup, calm down. Oh, I forget who voices the fat guy, but I do know that he looks so much like, he looks a lot like Haley Joel Osment, who's the voice actor for Sora in Kingdom Hearts. And he's also, you know, like a famous child actor, but he still acts now. Work for T-Mobile? Oh, cool. Damn it. I think my friend Ice works at Verizon. So you should probably kill him, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the only real option you have. Alright, let's go back to this garbage. See, now I'm worried without Carlos, because like, I don't know if I can stay awake through this minigame right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, why? Why? They give me so many. What the fuck? I mean, it worked out, I guess. But still. Oh, give me the star. Ah, I used the fucking power up. I need it, damn it. Trying to get that star. I got greedy. Now, this is where the playthrough dies, because I fucked up right in the beginning. What the fuck? There's so many this time. So yeah, the whole reason I'm doing this was because I was trying to figure something out for me to stream with Carlos here, but I didn't think about what do you call it? I didn't think about what would happen if he left. I could have just streamed Paper Mario if I was going to do that. Actually, you know what I've been wanting to play recently? But I don't remember there being a huge audience request last time I played. I want to play Digimon Adventure again. Euphonium is a small tuba, but doesn't sound as harsh as a trombone. Oh, okay. Hey, Nick, did you hear the... what's your plans for today? Me? Fucking try and stay awake. So just play a lot of video games. What about you? And I hear Spyro got delayed? I did. That's good, though. I'd rather Spyro was delayed and then release like a kind of shitty version of it, if that makes sense. Anytime a video game gets delayed, I legitimately, like, I might get bummed out. Like, when I heard Kingdom Hearts got delayed, I was like, ah, whatever. But I was like a little bit like, But I've never, like, I'll never be upset at a delay because it means that they're gonna work on it longer, which is definitely a good thing. Even with in the age of like patches, where sometimes companies will ship games before they're ready just because they know they can fix it later. I can appreciate when a game gets delayed so they can really polish it. Because a lot of companies, like, especially EA companies, I know shit on EA is so easy to do, but there are a lot of publishers that just don't stand for that shit. And they're like, oh no, you meet that fucking street date, and you'll get like shitty games because of it. So, I would much rather have that. Oh my god, why are you so close? This was not the power-up I needed. They're everywhere! Oh my god, too many. I need something. I need something to help me trim these numbers down. Oh my god. Okay, I'll take that. The good news about this is I'm getting a lot of money. The bad news is I'm gonna die. Because there's so many enemies here. And I'm not getting any of like, the good power-ups, like, oh well, that works. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh man, did I already get a copyright? So I started uploading the videos that I recorded this morning, and I already got a copyright claim on one of them. Ah! It's fucking Super Robot Wars Part 5. Actually, what part did it copyright? I don't know if it was the music. The problem with playing Nintendo games and with playing, nope. The problem with playing Nintendo games and the problem with playing games that heavily feature a lot of parts from anime is that they very frequently get copyrighted before I can even, like, release them. That's okay. Still fun to do. So, for those who've never seen this god-awful minigame before, the worlds are broken up into a couple sections. This is the first world, or first map, I guess, or first area, I don't know what to call it. There are 4 levels. I'm on the 3rd one right now. Or 5, I guess, because there's a boss fight at the end. Then there's the second level, second area, which is the forest. That has 3 levels in the boss, but it's a little bit tougher. By a little bit, I mean a lot tougher. And then there's what do I call it? The final level, which is 3 levels, and then a big-ass boss at the end. They all have, like, their different problems. The first level's not too hard. It's more about you're just weak, because you don't have any upgrades yet. So, you can get fucked by, unexpected stuff. Oh my god, I can't believe that thing didn't kill me. So you're really reliant on power-ups throughout the game. Like, regardless of what level you're on. Just because it's, you can get swarmed so easily, even with better power-ups. It's a little bit more manageable once you have, like, the basics. Like, the first upgrade I got makes it so my bullets do 2 damage. So enemies that have more health, and... Oh, I can't believe I beat that. Enemies that have more health, and, or less, like, these enemies have 1 health, so it can hit 2 enemies before the bullet disappears. There's a multiplayer update out soon, Include will make this easier. I thought about it, and I think it'll just make it harder. Because even if you have 2 players, that's 2 chances for players to die. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, yes, you have more guns, but you also have more chances to be shot. Shit, I need that. I need that wagon wheel. I don't know if it's true, but I think they might have fixed the shadow box glitch. You used to be able to, like, the first 2 bosses, you used to be able to kind of cheese them, because you could accidentally teleport behind them. But the last couple times I've done it, it hasn't worked, so I don't know if it's still functioning. Oh my god. This is ill-advised, by the way. In this level, it's much safer just to stay in the middle. God, I can't believe that happened there. I almost lost that run just now. Oh my god, there's so many. Just leave me alone. Okay, it's almost over. It's almost over. Okay. So if you abuse this one, like if you just go invincible, shit, then I don't think enemies drop coins. But if you kill them with your bullets while you're in that mode, I think they still drop coins. So that is the preferred method. I am so fucked. Actually, I've got a nice little wall here. Plus enemies are done spawning, so I got that going for me. I'm like terrified now. My peripheral vision's like slightly off. So I'm a little bit tired. It's not up to snuff. It's not where I want it to be. My reaction time's a little bit slower too, I think. What if the trophy to unlock just needs the player to survive? Is it possible to play this that might be a workaround? He's hoping. Maybe? I don't know. I kind of hope it doesn't. I kind of hope I beat it the normal way, and then everyone else is fucked. Maybe that's mean of me, but that's my current mentality. Yeah, so every time I've used that power-up, I used to be able to teleport across the way, but I haven't been able to do that in a while. Shit. This dude sucks, by the way. Oh, fuck! I got greedy. I thought he was shooting in one place. Fuck. I can't be entertaining and play. Fucking Carlos. Damn it. He had one job, and that was not to have a mouse in his room. Do you remember the code Reap in Persona 5? No. I remember that whole dungeon. I remember the puzzle you're talking about, but there's like 4 different versions of it, so I can't remember it. I think they're all listed online, though. On my New Game Plus playthrough, I just looked up online. I didn't bother looking for the clues. I did solve it the first time, but that was like over a year ago. So, this whole field is a bunch of pumpkins. When they spawn, there's 3 plants in this game that have a chance to do this. It's the pumpkins, cauliflower, and melon, I think. They're like the big crops. Like, they take a long time to grow, and then when they grow, they're worth like a lot. There's a chance for them to sprout as like big crops. So what happens is, like, in a 3x3 square, so 9 plants, it turns into one big ass crop, and you have to like use an axe to cut it open. And when you cut it open, it has like double to like 1.75 times as many crops. So technically it's worth it just to like wait and let them grow together, see if you get a giant crop. I don't know if that'll happen. I have plenty of chances here, but I had to wait like basically all season for it to happen last time. Decided to poison the mouse. Fievel, I'll miss you, my boy. I need cranberries? Holy shit. I mean, that's really all I need to do. Feel free to jump back on whenever. I mean, I'd take it. I'd honestly be fine with you just fucking running around yelling in the background. I don't know why you didn't just catch the mouse and like throw it out somewhere. Fuck him. Or, I don't know, give it the old Nick Zalis special and just fucking stomp it to death. And then feel terrible about it. I'm looking for a common mushroom to eat in front of the TV. Okay. That should be easy enough to find. Common mushrooms, just the fucking regular brown mushrooms. Deserves to die once I apply the trap. Oh my god, you're a monster. This dude wants a fucking mushroom to eat in front of the TV like a fucking weirdo. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's just a waste of time at this point. I think it's because I'm just trying to not go back to the minigame. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's not fun. Why is my farming minigame have a goddamn twin stick shooter that's brutally difficult in it? It's like, instead of, oh, you got my peanut butter to your chocolate, and they created a Reese's. It's like, oh, you got my fucking animal shit, my chocolate. And then they're like, oh, is this a new treat? And you're like, no, what the fuck? No. And they're like, okay, I'm going to sell this. And like, no. And now there's a trophy for eating that shit covered in chocolate, or chocolate covered with shit, nougat inside. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Leave me alone. I'm also a little butthurt about this game. I'll admit. Are these the, hey Merle, what's up? Are those the emotes that you, that someone gifted you a sub for? Weird banana crazy stuff. You've been excited to use them for like 2 weeks, it feels like. You know what? I take it back. It's honestly pretty worth it. I mean, I say worth it. You didn't pay anything. That's a pretty damn good emote. I think even with just the second one alone, that's pretty solid. And then Muppet blocking the Ahigo. And like, have you heard about the new Subnautica expansion? I haven't. Expansion implies they want me to pay for it, though. That's also rich coming from a game that has not updated their game at all, really. Well, that's not true. They updated it a little bit. I guess I'm spoiled because Slime Rancher updates so often. But what's it about? Because that game could use an expansion. And will the expansion be included in the PS4 release? I've got questions. It's set in an Arctic planet? What? How does that work? It sounds like they're making another game. That doesn't sound like an expansion. What, do you crash another ship? That doesn't make sense. How would that even work? The whole thing about Arctic is that it's all ice. So how could you explore underwater? Are you excited for Jump Force? I don't know. I've never played a Jump Force game, but after experimenting with anime crossover games like Super Robot Wars, I kind of think I want to check it out. I wasn't that interested, but I have a passing curiosity now. I'm grabbing a 5 energy. I just need to accept that I'm getting tired. Just keep me up well into the night. I'm gonna put the microphone up so you can hear that glug glug. I don't like that I don't hate the taste of that anymore. That used to be vile to me. And I've been drinking the same grape fucking 5 energy this whole time. And I don't like that I got used to the taste. Vegeta Holloway. You guys like that sweet pouring ASMR? Oh, don't make me do this. I'm not going to have nearly as good a run as I did last time. I had so much money in that run. All because I fucked around with the boss. I'm just saying I deserve my failures. So the goal, the milestones we're trying to reach are 15 coins by the end of the second level. And if I don't have 15, then 10. If I have less than 10, I'm just going to restart. Because if I can't buy at least one of the upgrades, then that run's fucking doomed from the start. So roughly 7 or 8 coins a level would be nice. 5 is the very minimum. That's sort of what we're looking at here. I also need to manage my power-ups better. You can store 1 power-up, and then any power-up you collect after that will automatically be triggered. So it's good to store one that's like good for getting a jam, not like a coffee, which just only increases your speed. Because if you use that in jam, you're just gonna run straight into the fucking enemy. I've done it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Oh, come on. Oh, too many enemies. Alright. We got 6. That's not too bad. These Dragon Ball references mean nothing to me. I was actually, since I was watching Full Metal Panic, and I was on Crunchyroll, and I was like, I wonder if I should try and look for Dragon Ball Z Kai, see if I can like somewhat catch up on that series. Which, I mean, it's got to be better than nothing, right? I gotta start getting these goddamn references. Dragon Ball is basically like the fucking grandfather of anime at this point. I feel like I need to understand a little bit of it. Carlos says I should start with Dragon Ball, but fuck me, that's going a little too far back. Oh, neat. That actually worked out. Alright, I've got 10 coins, so I can get the secondary power-up, which isn't bad, but I would have preferred 15. Oh my god, I'm like, only getting shotgun power-ups. What the hell is happening here? Alright. I got a bunch people said episode 500 was the best. I've read all of One Piece, so I have to Google to figure out which episode is supposed to be that good. Ooh, is that really episode 500? No, hang on. No, I don't think that's what they were talking about. That seems a little bit after where I would imagine they said the peak of it is. Cool, Mr. Popolini is a little green. You could always watch the abridged version by Team 4-Star. Right, but abridged, while technically does gloss over some story points, I get the feeling that's not how it was intended to be watched. If Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is anything to base that off of. Like, I don't know how much you would actually... Oh my god, really? Understand the series if you just watch the abridged. Ugh! This is the ultimate combo right here. Actually, if I popped my, Oh, come on, don't tempt me like this. I'm gonna say if I pop my shotgun, that would be the ultimate. Because then I would just have a full screen going. That actually got me out of a pretty decent jam. I'm not too sad about that. Dropping a good amount of coins, but it's still not at 15. Could just be a fluke. So, the upgrade I have now, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, is the Rate of Fire upgrade. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of them. I didn't like this one as much for upgrades, but it's honestly not bad. If you can't get the increased damage, it's a pretty good substitute. Because it does virtually the same thing. Which is increases your overall firepower. Oh my god. Why are you so many of you? Firing fast is still a decent improvement over like the base, so I really don't mind it. Okay. Back in my remodel, can't find any poop. I mean, it might have just got there. You should figure out how it got in there in the first place. Gotta try not to be too greedy here. Oh, fuck. This is where peripheral vision is like super important, and I do not have it very well right now. Once you get surrounded here, you're kind of fucked. I had to run out. Getting more than 2 is very overwhelming. Like, I can't defend it from so many sides at once. Oh my god, it's so easy to swarm here. That was risky. I don't know if I should have done that. I'm not really safe here. Really don't have to defend that much longer. Just waiting on that timer. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't normally go with the insta-death stuff, but that seemed like a good time to use it. Okay, I got some big decisions here. Do I want increased damage, or do I want increased rate of fire? Usually I don't have this option. So increased rate of fire would make my speed even faster, but that damage buff is pretty important, I think. I don't know what to do here. Normally, I'm not left with this. I guess I'll go damage, because then it's easy enough to get the next upgrade. Alright. Let me teleport. Damn it! I gotta stop grabbing the shadow box. It's not working. They clearly, like, patched it or whatever, so you can't teleport across. Oh. Fuck! Oh, I was so focused on not dying, I didn't get a chance to shoot at him when he stands still. This is your only cover, and I'm getting way too risky. So he has a couple of attack patterns. He'll stay in place and fire, or he'll just like spread through the whole map like he is right now, eventually stopping. Or he'll like follow you exactly, which I usually just avoid. Oh. Okay. Come on, play it safe. He's almost dead. Ah, I should have moved quicker. Did the rate of fire just go up? Alright. The music, I know. Oh my god. Alright. So this level, these 3 levels can be pretty rough. The biggest problems are the mushrooms, because they move so fast. I think they might be the fastest enemies in the game. This one's not too bad, because you're usually wide open. The third one is the worst. But yeah, if you're not paying attention, they will kick the fuck out of you. The other problem with this level in general is that there aren't that many total enemies, at least not normally. So, it can be tough to get drops here, just because like there's less chances to get them in the first place. I will say I usually find a good amount of 5 gems here, probably, or 5 coins. So, or sometimes it's like the increased chance to find them. Okay. Please fuck off. Also, these mushrooms have 2 health, so if you don't have the damage boost, you can get really fucked when it comes to trying to kill them. Because you need to kill them like ASAP. I need at least 6 more coins, or I'm kind of fucked. Problem is, I'm not going to get that because they're not spawning enemies. Damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna get a movement upgrade. Hey, Zero, what's up? So you're allotted like one movement upgrade, like most guides say, like you can probably get away with one. But it's not ideal. It's not the optimum build, but it could save your ass, so I'm not against it that much. Plus I'm okay. As long as I have the first two upgrades, it's passable. It's just not as easy. Yeah, this level sucks. They start coming a lot faster, and a lot more. Plus there's obstacles. You can shoot over the trees, but you can't shoot over the stumps. I think that's the gimmick for the level. You also have to really avoid the sides, because the mushrooms come in so fast. If you're near their spawn, you'll probably die instantly. Oh, the greed. Okay. Greed again. There are so many enemies. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I had missed the kill for some reason. Okay, well, I don't like using these power-ups, but I would have died otherwise, so I think it's okay. Okay. Like, it's very overpowered, which is why I like saving it, but I think I chose a good time to use it. The good news is I have enough for the second power-up, which is nice, but I'd like a damage one if I can. So I need 7 more coins by the next level. Oh. Yeah, I'm so stressed. This level sucks. I've died here so many goddamn times. This is a run ending level, easily. Because there's so many ways for them to come. There's really not that many choke points. I just used my insta-death thing just so quickly. I now have no power-ups. Oh, I'm so fucked. The only thing I can think of is to keep moving. If I miss one of these crucial shots, I'm so fucked too. Oh my god, just die. Give me a power-up, fuck! What is the drops here? I'm not getting coins, I'm getting nothing. God damn it. The game is fucking me! Alright, well that was my fault. If you use an insta-death, there's no drops. But there were a lot of enemies on the screen. I'll stand by my decision. Fuck off. No. No, it's coming. I can feel it. The death. Looks like my summer vacation is over. Oh my god. If I didn't have the shotgun power up, I easily would have been dead right there. Fuck. 1 away from the increased damage. The game heard you. I feel like this is all I would do in Stardew. I hate this game. I hate it so much. Not dying is so goddamn stressful. I have no power-ups for this stupid fuck. I forgot he was here, to be honest. I didn't even remember this part of the game. Also, hey Lumi, what's up? Happy birthday! Okay, I'm not even hitting him. I'm so bad at this. If he would just go the way I want him to, it'd be great. I'll take that. I think what are the game the winner pick for the 6th anniversary? There's a couple. I have to repick them. A couple people never answered. There's a bunch of winners. Ice gave up his winnership. Spencer picked a game, and then the other 2 winners haven't said anything. So I'm gonna have to. I've given them time. So at this point, I'm probably gonna have to pick some new winners. It happened right as my classes were picking up, so I wasn't able to like really pay attention to the situation at all. But yeah. Please, sir. Just go down easy. Oh my god, I thought this was gonna hit me. Stand still. I know Spencer's game he picked was Frog Fractions, whatever that is. Oh, you might like this one. It's a weird cat one. Oh my god. This level's gonna suck. I need the money to get the damage upgrade, and if I don't get it, I will literally fail this game. I need I think 21 coins. So good fucking luck. This is probably the end of the run. These mummies have, I think, 4 HP. So if you don't, and I think the demons have, 3? So if you don't have the damage upgrade to do 3 damage, you're pretty fucked. And especially if they're not gonna drop power-ups! Yeah, this is probably gonna be the end for me. It's just a case of just not having the right stuff quick enough. Or not having the right stuff at the right time. Which sucks, but I mean, it happens. I'll probably continue to run at this point, though, until I, like, run out of lives, just because it's good practice. Usually if I get to the 3rd area, I'll keep going. Oh good, I'm glad I saved that coffee. It was super important.
So I've conducted my search for the poo, and I can't find anything.
Oh my god, I can't hear anything. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, that's disappointing. You mean you don't get to murder a mouse?
Well, I laid out some traps, and they're still coming tomorrow. But it's a bit peculiar. Because first, the first thing you notice when there is ever a mouse in your apartment,
a mouse in your house.
You see poop. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, it's just a missed opportunity.
Well, you first see that there's small little poo balls that kind of show you where they go. And I know it's there's no food, but a day ago I spilled salt on the floor and I vacuumed it, so maybe it was just hiding in my walls, and it was like, hey, yo, food.
Maybe it's in the vacuum.
But also it's weird. It's weird because it's 3:09. Mice tend to not come out until midnight or
what's that disease that mice can have? Where they don't fear death anymore?
I don't know.
It could be that. It's like a parasite that affects mice.
Well, I put some chemical traps out.
I'm saying just stomp them.
Well, I mean, the hard part is getting to them. The only thing I hate about these traps is that the thing fucking eats the pesticide, crawls back out, goes to wherever the fuck it is, but you just have to keep an eye out for a carcass, which fucking sucks. But the previous traps I've used, it usually just kills the mouse, and then
this kills the mouse.
Yeah, and you don't see the body or anything. You just throw it out in the trash, and then you reapply the new trap just to make sure.
Damn, I wish I didn't use that. Or rather, I wish I didn't have to use that. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stressed.
I don't know, but on the bright side, I'm going to be staying with a coworker tonight. And, yeah, I'm not going to sleep in here. But I got to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, which fucking sucks dick, but...
On a Sunday? The Lord's Day?
It's moving day.
Jesus didn't die so that you would wake up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know why he died because I didn't go to church, but I know it wasn't that. Oh my God! Leave me alone. You're all very mean. Oh fuck. Shit. I need a power up. Give me something. Alright, I'll take that. That qualifies. But still, I need something more substantial. Fuck! You don't understand. This is the last level. We were there, man. You weren't helping me. You weren't distracting me. You were quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You failed. You had one job. And you have failed spectacularly. Out fucking trying to murder a mouse that's just trying to save his family. You're just trying to kill a Israeli immigrant trying to flee their country during a trying time. Fievel didn't die for this.
Fuck. I'll get my apartment a little bit. It's just fucking annoying. I hate this shit.
Yeah, I stand by that. This is to the chat, not you. But this is my run was pretty much doomed when I didn't get the damage upgrade. I don't want to do this.
So I'm playing more Darksiders. That's something I've been doing.
Why?
It's like a Zelda game, but more God of War-y. And like I understand like why you didn't particularly like it. Like I think one misstep it does is that like you don't really interact with anyone like a normal Zelda game. It's just literally the dungeons of Zelda. So it's like, yeah, this is cool. This is raw, unfiltered gameplay. But I do wish like there was more character and history to the to this exploring, other than like, well, to get to the next chapter, I'm gonna have to do this anyway.
You know what I will say about Darksiders? The main character, War, is voiced by Liam O'Brien, who I always thought was a good voice actor. But I've been watching Critical Role, and he's one of the players in that. And he's such a funny fucking dude. And he's just, like, genuinely, like, really entertaining to watch. And it's made me have, like, a whole new appreciation for him. Like, he's just, like, a really good, like, charismatic dude. And it's, like...
Mark Hamill's in that game. And I'm like, why?
He, was it Thorgrim? Is that the one he voices? What's the dude's name?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've literally, the story is so pointless to me.
That's why I didn't like playing it. I was like, what, who cares? All of it.
At least the mechanics are fun enough to like get me by, and I'm enjoying playing something Zelda-like, but not Zelda.
I felt like, I don't know, like, not claustrophobic, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it, where it's just like, I could not get into the game. I just felt like I was constantly lost.
I enjoyed the puzzles.
I don't like the puzzles.
Okay.
No, I'm honestly, I'm not trying to like shit on the game. I'm just like, it was just like the things you like about it were the same things I didn't like about it. I think
it's
because we're
two
like, different people.
Other than installing Okami again, or like getting a Nintendo console,
it scratches the itch. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You could go back.
This game might actually be garbage, and like on my second playthrough, I might find out like.
From what I've heard, Darksiders 2 is supposed to be like much better.
Yeah, I heard that. I have both though.
Yeah, they were what, like $3 together.
Yeah, it was literally. I was just like, at this point, there's. How terrible can this game be for $3?
Kind of how I felt about Garden Warfare, and I have not regretted it at all. That game is so much fun. By the way, make sure you install that, because next time you and Mark are both free on the same day, we're going to go into that game. It is not optional.
Thank you.
Gotta go see y'all. Have fun at work, Shark. Have a good day. Go with Christ.
I'm so happy this happened this year, now that I know someone on campus, rather than last year when I like just gotten to know my coworkers over 3 weeks. Because then it would be really fucking awkward if like, hey dog, can I just crash in your guest room?
I'm surprised you're not sleeping with them. Also, what's Juliana up to? Why can't you sleep with her?
She's at her friend's like New Jersey trip for their birthday.
Oh, she's cheating on you.
He's gay.
I'm not with him.
And
His
everyone,
attractive straight friend.
They're all friends.
The dude's
named
named Hector. He's like a buffer, more attractive version of you.
They're all in couples.
Is that what they told you? Because it's an eyes wide shut type of situation.
Okay, but so last night I saw her friend do stand up. Let's pump the brakes. Let me rewind this story.
God, you're the worst fucking storyteller in the goddamn world.
Am I?
You couldn't find your train of thought if it was one track that went in a circle.
Oh, I didn't even finish my previous story because my previous story got interrupted by the... I'm sorry, my story got interrupted by the mouse. There was a mouse in the house. Are you happy? I said it.
Alright, I'll allow it. You degraded yourself.
In a moment of weakness, I come to you. So, back to my students. I think the student's a serial killer. But also I think the student's a serial killer. Because me and her are sitting in my office after like a day, like we've been doing RA training all day. We're done with the training, we're sitting in the office, and I'm like, oh, so like, she asked me, do we have work this weekend? I'm like, oh no, you just have Sunday move-in. But otherwise, just get your things done on Friday, and you can have Saturday as a rest day. And she's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go home. So I'm like, where's home for you? She's like, New Jersey. I'm like, oh, how are you gonna get home? The path? And she's like, what's the path? For those who don't know, the path is
just like I don't know, just someone who starts a sentence with, for those who don't know. I just want to be like, ugh.
Okay, path train is a train that connects Manhattan to Jersey City, Hoboken. It's for a lot of Jersey people use it, right? And then she goes, oh, what's that? And I'm like, but you're from Jersey, how do you know? It'd be someone, Nick, for your equivalent, not knowing what the fucking commuter rail is. You're just like, how have you
how did you get this far?
Yeah, like, you are 20 years old. You should know, like, how to get home from wherever you are, just in case your parents can't pick you up. And then she goes, oh, I don't really use public transit. And I'm like, that's odd. You're a junior in college in New York City. How do you do anything without, like, having to at least grapple with
I feel like I know where this is going, but continue.
And she goes, oh, no, usually my dad picks me up. And I'm like, whatever. Okay. She was like, it's only an hour pickup. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to, like, sit on the subway. But then again, my dad's also an asshole. And he's just like, yeah, you're gonna take that subway. I'm not coming to pick you up. I don't want
Jose would make you walk for 2 hours if it meant he didn't have to drive for 20 minutes.
This man will pick me up in Braintree rather than just come to, like, because I'll tell him like an hour away, like, oh, we can both meet up at South Station and you can pick me up right when I get off the bus. Right off the bus. He's like, no, you're gonna take the red line from there. You're gonna ride another hour-long train ride, and then I'll pick you up.
You know what it is? He doesn't want to spend time with you. You've run out of conversations at this point as parent and child. It just pretty much immediately goes to the weather or how's the lawn looking.
All right, so this girl
too real. Have to cut away.
Yeah. She goes. So after we had that conversation, I'm like, so what are you into? Like, what do you do since you don't ride the public transit? Like, what do you do for fun on the weekends? And she's just like, oh, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. And I'm like, that's an odd thing to tell me. You like, I kind of expected it. Like, you'd be like, oh yeah, I party with friends. She's like, no, I just kind of study. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what do you watch Netflix? She's like, oh yeah, I watch Netflix. I'm like, what do you watch on Netflix? She goes, White Collar. I'm actually on my third watch of that. And I'm like, okay, all right.
I like that that's your barometer for a serial killer.
I'm sorry, what? One, who watches USA dramas other than Mr. Robot? Two, the third time of watching White Collar? I understand watching it the first time.
I will admit, that is a little troubling. That definitely seems like a one watch through type of show. I have some concerns.
And then, so, later on in the week, like, I already think she's a serial killer, because I'm like, most serial killers tend to be.
I mean, so far
attractive
to me, she just sounds super fucking boring.
Yeah, but like that's how a serial killer operates.
No way. Serial killers are fucking weirdos.
No, because the serial killers tend to always attract people who want to like.
All right, chat, help me out. Serial killers, are they normal people, or are they just fucking super weird and like out there and like there's something off about them?
Well, most really good serial. This sounds terrible.
It does.
Most serial killers who kill a lot of people tend to be. Granted, the people who mostly get caught tend to be attractive men who lure women in because they're women find them attractive. They're like, yeah, he's a little bit awkward. He doesn't seem to like really be all there, but like, how bad could it be? And so far, they're hitting all my how bad could it be. You're attractive. You're pretty attractive. Yeah, you can keep the conversation going, but like, there's nothing really there, and I can see that you're kind of just like going through the motions. So like, I'm like, what's the end game? Turns out I was wrong about her being a serial killer, though.
I mean, how could you know that?
What, that they're a serial killer?
Yeah. No, I mean, how could you know they're not?
They could still be a serial killer.
That's what I mean, yeah. You just mean that's not your chief concern anymore.
Yeah, at this point. So later on in the week, we have, we do boot camp for our RAs. So they have to go into a room and deal with, like, the returning RAs are all, like what you call it? Like, you have to practice documenting a party. So like, all the returning RAs are having a fake party, and like we raise it up to 11, so that way you're ready to deal with the worst of the worst. Because no one's going to be as bad as returning RAs who are like, I'm just gonna fuck with you because I know there's nothing, like, this isn't real and you're not in any real danger, and two, like, just so you get used to like people being assholes to you.
Okay.
But other than like parties, we also have like, you have to mediate a roommate conflict. So like, two RAs will be yelling at each other and saying like the most fucked up shit about each other. Another one is like, you have to deal with domestic violence, like a boyfriend girlfriend get into a scuffle in a lounge. You have to try to confront someone who's is feeling suicidal, and you have to like have that conversation of like asking them like, oh, do you have are you thinking about killing yourself? And then like another one is like dealing with people who commit like hate crimes and biases.
Okay.
Guess which one she gets assigned to?
Hate crimes.
Yep. And it's the one about like, it's a homophobic roommate on the phone with someone else. Like, and also we fucked up training this year because we didn't do the bias, like how to deal with the hate crime one for some weird reason, aka I'm the only black person on my staff, but that's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, because she doesn't get prompted on what it is, you're just like reacting to something blind like you would in real life. So
I can just just hearing that just tells me this is a recipe for disaster. Not just with her, but with all of these situations. Where it's like, if you're not prepped on what you're going into, some of these people are gonna be like, I didn't see anything wrong in there. What happens? Was that just a normal conversation?
So, and also like the other thing about like being a fake homophobe.
Oh, were you the fake homophobe?
No, it was an RA, but the RA was just like, I don't like. She was uncomfortable doing the incident.
As
like,
she should be.
Yeah, but it's like, this is really important and we need you to do it. So she's like, she is not trying to say some like super fucked up, right? She's not trying to take it to 11.
She's not like dropping the F-bomb.
Like, yeah, she's just like, oh, my roommate's lesbian. I don't feel comfortable getting dressed in front of her. Like casual homophobia, you know? But like, the RA is uncomfortable and the person responding is already uncomfortable. But the thing is, my RA, they go into it like it's the roommates have beef, and when you're mediating like two roommates having issues, you try to validate both sides. Say like, oh, we all have equal perspectives, but we need to accommodate each other so that way we can all get along, right? But the trick with the bias and hate crime thing is you don't do that. You don't validate it because like.
So you don't say there are bad people and good people on both sides.
Yeah, like. but she falls into the trap. Like, I understand why you'd be uncomfortable. And my first inclination is like, oh, we've just poorly trained her. Let me get that out of the way right now.
Oh, so you thought she was just trying to like mediate, where it's like, hey,
yeah.
I understand Hitler had some strong arguments. I see where you're coming from, but you need to learn to live together in this peaceful utopia.
Yeah, like, I thought this was this is my fault. Like, we didn't do enough, and now this person is poorly educated. But like, I was like, oh well. She's probably a reasonable human being. I can just have a conversation like, hey, in the future, I understand that, like, because sometimes when you're in the room, you don't want to let your boss know, like, hey, I'm not cool at all. If I see a racist, I'm gonna punch a racist in the face, right? Like, you can't say that, because sometimes the boss will be like, no, actually, we need to validate both people. But I'm always like of the cut, like, I don't give a fuck a racist. Let's get him out of here. Then I found out from one of my RAs, me and him are having a conversation, and he starts saying like, "Oh, here are the Trump supporters like on the staff." And I'm like,
you have like a list.
Well, like we first start off with people in other buildings, and I'm like, God damn! I thought they were likable people. Good thing that's not my problem. And then he goes, "Wait, Carlos." Then he says this girl's name is a Trump supporter, and I'm like, my world is torn asunder, Nick. It's like that scene in Get Out where he finally realizes, like, oh, she's not actually, like, she's not woke the entire time. Yeah, she's had the keys the entire time, and this is, like, it's over. And that's what, like, these last 24 hours has literally been me. I'm like, dog, I got, like, because now I'm stressed out, because, again, like what I said previously, I'm like, the most important thing is being empathetic to people, working with people, but now I'm like, dog, she might legitimately be like, yeah, it's okay that you have a white supremacist flag. That's just your views. I support our president. Like, oh, dog.
Just like Spencer said. Listen, Hitler was a great painter. You can quote Spencer on that.
Oh,
those are his real feelings. He wouldn't just say that in a chat, just a meme.
I hate all. I feel like I made this mouse up in my head, and I think maybe like my wire just moved, which kind of looks brown like a mouse tail.
That would be fucking amazing if you went out and bought mouse traps because you saw something move in the shit in the corner of your eye.
Last year, this building, had mice in it. So, and it's a super old building. But like, I told my minority friends, I'm like, dog, you gotta take that to HR. They put you in an unsafe work environment. And I'm like, you're right, but like, how am I gonna swing this? She voted for Trump, Your Honor. She voted for Trump.
Oh, about her. I think you're talking about the mouse.
No, the mouse I'm not too stressed out about.
You could have fooled me.
No, I mean, that's more, I thought like, what happened was, so I got off as soon as I ended the talking on it. I called campus office.
So what had happened was, you see,
I call facilities. I'm like, hey, I got a mouse in the house, and they like, we can't do nothing until tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I'm like, what do you mean until 8 a.m.? He's like, yeah, and I can't give you any traps. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy my own traps, because I'm not gonna leave up in here. And then tomorrow at 7:45, I'm gonna walk into here, hide all my traps, let him apply new traps, and I'm gonna put my traps back, because I'm not fuck no, baby. He can find the fucking hole.
You're gonna have double the traps.
Oh yeah, if it was up to me, I'd cover the whole floor with mouse traps.
How do you
fuck it?
How do you feel about?
How am I gonna walk around?
How do you feel about the timeless classic, Tom and Jerry? What are your opinions on that?
The cat was right.
I think growing up is realizing that Tom and Squidward weren't the bad guys. What the fuck are you eating?
Oreos, motherfucker.
Always.
What else
Always Oreos. How are you not dead? You eat more Oreos than most people drink water.
I'm also drinking water.
That's you're sidestepping the point.
It's funny. I do. It's just I always have a bag on deck just in case. You never know. To the point where I also keep a pack of Oreos at Juliana's apartment.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
With the explicit instruction, don't you ever touch this shit. I know it's at your place, but this is mine. But I find that, like, a lot of times I just don't want a full meal, but I will munch on some Oreos.
I just don't fuck with Oreos like that.
No, Spencer. How dare you? How dare you try to approve the home invader, Jerry, when Tom is just trying to defend his house and stand his ground?
Did you just stand his ground?
Yep.
And just missed that. Oh. I have to look for this file. There he is. Hey, take this. Oh, fuck. What did... Oh, it's a fucking basket. Damn it. Oh. I'm trying to think of what I've been up to. Have you watched Disenchanted?
Nope.
No plans to?
Nope.
I just think you're...
I don't really like The Simpsons. I don't really like Futurama.
I don't like Simpsons, but I don't think you've ever given Futurama a chance, to be honest. That's the closest I'm going to get to you admitting it.
I don't know. I just do not. I don't care. I don't like the art style. Of the couple episodes I've seen, I'm always just like...
Yeah, but my issue is that you started with, like, the part in 1999. Well, that's easily a show you can just jump in on, like, a later season.
Yeah, I'm good with all that. That's one of those boats that I'm comfortable missing out on.
That's...
Like the slave trade.
Wow. It's okay. I liked it. I'm gonna think of what else. Oh, so I, without really planning to, I platinumed Assassin's Creed 2. I just, like...
You got all the feathers?
Yeah, I mean, I just started playing, and I was like, the only trophy I was going to be missing was getting all the feathers. And I was like, well, I might as well just fucking do it. It took like an hour.
Oh, you just pull up a guide?
I just, like, actively avoided them as I was playing. I only... Because I think I ended up collecting 5 out of 100 by accident, just, like, by climbing the wrong way or something. And I still ended up... They actually tell you which feathers you're missing, like, in what area. So I think I had to go back after I collected them and... I had to run through Venice and Firenze one more time and finally ended up finding them. But it wasn't that bad.
One thing I hate about Infamous 2, I know this completely, but, like, I enjoy in Infamous 1, like, collecting all the dead drops, because I'm like, I like the way this system is. It just keeps pointing you to the next dead drop, and you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I really have to go to the other side of the map to see it. And then with Infamous 2, they replace it with the fucking birds you gotta shoot down. I'm like, this ain't as fun.
I'm trying to think of another game that did something like that. I think it was Infamous to begin with. It's or Infamous Second Son. They took that to an even stupider step, where all of the like equivalent of blast shards are in those fucking drones.
Oh yeah,
I
forgot about
I'm like,
that.
this isn't fun. Stop doing this. Like, I don't want to shoot. I just want to grab something off a wall. I don't want to have to fucking shoot down something to get a power up. Jerry was an ass when Tom had a girlfriend. Yeah, that's a good point. Jerry instigated a couple times.
Jerry was a fucking home invader.
I mean, you could argue that they both lived there.
No.
Just no. That's it.
Tom was hired for a job.
What about the dog?
Oh yeah, that. Okay, Tom was an asshole in that case, and just beating up the dog. But it is what it is at that point. He had been turned to a life of violence.
I mean, all right, I guess. You know what I saw someone complain about on Reddit the other day?
What, herpes?
Why do you keep assuming herpes? Do you have herpes? This is the third time you've referenced herpes. Do you have herpes?
No.
Are you, like, you keep bringing it up. Do you have some news for me? Is this like the end of the stream story that you're holding up inside?
No, I don't.
You know why I don't believe you? Because you just went, no, I don't, instead of, nah, I'm just coming up with like an anecdote or something. You're just like, no. Which is the most incriminating thing I've ever heard you say. Oh,
Jesus Christ! Do you have to go to elaborate places of whatchamacallit, argument for you to believe?
I'm glad you brought that up. You never looked at the YouTube video I sent you, did I? Did you?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Look at it right now, and look at the timestamp part. You don't have to look at the whole video. Just like from the time I posted to the time it ends. And you tell me if this is not the white version of Carlos, which I know is a very, very, very loaded statement, but I think you'll agree.
Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna walk away from the thing so it doesn't pick me up fully.
Okay. In the meantime, what's everyone up to? What's everyone's plans for today? You know what? Better yet, what is everyone having for dinner tonight? Because I haven't decided if I want leftovers or if I want to go make something. Give me inspiration. I can like vaguely hear it in the background, but it's fine. I need food. I don't know what I want. I have leftover pizza, but I already had some for like breakfast / lunch, so I'm not feeling particularly again. It wasn't that good. Alright. So
Never mind, I'm gonna try it on my laptop because my phone's not opening it properly.
I didn't. The link I sent you doesn't go to the time. It just.
Yeah, but it for some reason my phone's like, I'm not gonna be able to do all. Give you the times.
Interesting.
God is interesting.
What? I had double chicken burger chips, hot sauce. I'm gonna need you to break that down in American for me. I think
in America.
I think he means he had chicken with fries. Burger, double chicken burger chips and hot sauce. I cannot decipher that. I like all of the ingredients there, but I can't figure out what the actual meal is. I'm 1 coin short.
Alright, hold up. I'm just watching it.
That's fine. Mute yourself for a second. What do you think about the episode where Tom and Jerry were committing suicide at the train tracks? I don't remember that episode at all. That sounds terrifying. Why is this so stressful? I want to get this trophy so I can never play this goddamn minigame again. I would love it if this was not my last trophy. I need 4 more coins. I'm somewhat on track, but not perfectly. God, there's so many. It's never good when they surround you. That's how it always gets me. I freak out.
That is not me. That is not
Come
me.
on. You know damn well that was you to a T.
There's similarities, but it's not me.
Describe the difference. For the uninitiated.
When I'm offended at the assumption, the basis, I go all out. I allow myself to be fully defended by.
I thought that was honestly a pretty good comparison.
A little bit.
I mean, enough. Right? Double.
What is that?
What is what?
The shit you sent me.
Oh, that's a Critical Role. It's a D&D game played by Matt Mercer, who does a bunch of voices, Liam O'Brien, who voices War, Laura Bailey, who voices pretty much every female character, Travis Willingham, who does Roy Mustang. Just a lot of variety. Oh, I'm so goddamn dead.
are we all dead?
Can you?
Can I have another story? Oh yeah, so I went to a comedy show last night.
Oh right, you were telling me Julie and his friend did stand up.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a gay bar or a gay club, comedy club. There just tended to be.
That is not where I thought that was gonna go.
There was just there was a lot of gay dudes there, but the first time he had performed there was during Pride weekend, so I think that like the same crowd just rolled over.
Gotcha, maybe.
So we're watching. It's like things are going well. I'm laughing. It's like these. There's a couple like really awkward people, and then there's a couple really good ones.
That's been my experience with comedy clubs too. You can see the ones with potential, and then the ones that are just not really gonna go anywhere.
And then the night took a very dark turn.
Oh, good. I'm excited.
So I forget what the main singer in Creedence Clearwater Revival or whatever. He has a song like called "Put Me in Coach," which is like put me in coach. Like he wants to play baseball, and it's a family song. It's called Center Field, and it's like very like, oh cool, we're gonna go watch baseball as a family. This is a fun baseball song, Americana and shit, right? A man performed a striptease to that.
Interesting.
Baseball bat, baseball uniform, and I wasn't ready for it because I was under the assumption he was gonna do stand up and this was the song he was coming up to do. So the entire time I'm like, all right, when do the jokes start? And then like he's undressing and I'm like, oh, I get maybe this is the joke, this is the performance, and now I cannot listen to that song ever again. And I'm like, oh wow, that's spicy, that's hot tamale.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Then after his performance, these two dudes walk into the bar with like one with a zebra mask and one with an elephant mask, and I'm like, okay, let's roll with it. So her friend, Juliana's friend, performs. He's pretty funny. I laugh. Then
not funnier than me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after him, it's like another girl. But then like we start hearing like a ruckus in the back of the bar.
A ruckus or a raucous?
A ruckus.
Okay.
So like just some weird noises during like during the performance, during this one girl's like performance, and I'm like, and everyone's like kind of just like, all right, these people are just having a loud conversation in the back, but like,
you're like,
don't you get like,
you're like unprofessional.
No, I was just more like, motherfucker, we're here to, if you want to go have a conversation, right? Go to any of the other like 13 bars. Like also we were in a building that was like 3 bars stacked on top of each other, so I was like, dude, if you want to have a conversation, just go down to any of the other.
There were bars on bars on bars.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
And so it was weird. And then this one girl starts to like do a song. Oh wait, sorry, I gotta pump the brakes. The cringiest thing I saw that night was this girl came and did the monologue from Scrubs, Dr. Elliot. From when Dr. Elliot is like trying to hide her crazy, and it was the most awkward thing in the world because I'm like, why are you performing a monologue right now?
What monologue?
And, like, it's when she's trying to hide her crazy. All I remember, I forget. I think it was like in season 4 or some shit.
When did she do a monologue?
I don't know, and it wasn't a particularly funny monologue at that. It was just really awkward to watch because I'm like, this doesn't work unless you know really the show, and like it just shows you being kind of like awkward, and like why would you choose something from Scrubs of all things? But anyway, that happens, and then this girl starts to perform a song, and then these people like. One dude in the elephant mask starts making elephant noises, and we're all like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Like, let the girl perform. Relax. We'll all be fine. And then, like, as we're closing out the show, the host comes back up, and he's like, hey, I just want to tell, like, my grandma died this week, and she enjoyed my performances, but I wanted to tell you a story about with about her to share with you, and I know that she'd be proud of it, right? It turns out his grandma was a Jewish woman who escaped Nazi Germany.
Jesus Christ. That is not a way to close a comedy show.
Yeah. I'm like, dog, what is with the Nazis this weekend?
Coming out the woodwork.
He's telling this gut-wrenching story, right? In a minute of it, he like takes a pause, right? And then the dude in the elephant from the back yells, "Nobody cares!" And everyone's like, "Dog, what the?" Like, there's a time and a place to be an asshole to a performer, right? But in 2018, when we have Nazis all up in the government, why the fuck are you going to yell, "Nobody cares," to someone tell a story about, like, hey, here's how my grandma escaped Nazi Germany, and we all need a little perseverance in our life. Like, like, at that point, like, people started yelling for the bouncer and whatnot, but I was just like, and also, I don't want to get on video beating shit out of somebody. I'm like, that's a great way to lose your job. So I joined in with one of Juliana's friends to yell cunt at them, and then just kind of be peaceful.
Yeah, just peacefully yelling cunts.
Yeah, but I was just like, I was amazed at the gall of these people. Like,
so did they all come in together? They weren't. I just assumed that the masks.
The two of them came together.
Were part of like an act or something.
The people in the mask. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought at one point this was going to lead to a joke, or they were friends with someone there.
This was a setup or something.
Yeah, I thought this was going to go into.
There wasn't just like elephant masks for no reason.
I'm like, motherfucker, is this Hotline Miami? Why the fuck you got a mask on?
God, I would much rather be playing Hotline Miami.
That's a great game. I never finished it, but
really,
I got 2 levels.
What? 2 levels left or 2 levels in?
2 levels left.
I was like, what?
They're actually 2 levels in. I was like, I'm ready to conclude on this game.
That was one of my first platinums, weirdly enough, because that's a hard platinum.
Yeah, that's a hard game.
I don't have the platinum for the second one because it's hard as shit, and the controls are wonky and fuck. Right.
Also, one of my RAs, he's Asian, and he was out here talking about how, because he got added later on to being an RA, and he's having a conversation with me talking about my coworkers and how they didn't hire him the first time, and I'm thinking it's just like usual. It's like, oh, they didn't like me, and then he starts yelling out, "They're racist, aren't they, Carlos?" And I'm like, dog. We're in public. I'm like, I.
That's amazing. You're like, you.
Like, I don't want to.
You trickster.
They could be racist, right? And I don't want to be like, I don't want to be the black guy that
you just
hold up.
Fuck.
Oh.
I had such a good run. I can't blame you. That was on me. Damn.
And like, I'm like, hey, they could be racist. I'm still doing my own investigation, right? Into that matter. But I can't have you.
I'm still getting to the bottom of this. But I can't have you tampering with the evidence here, or letting you know.
Yeah, like
letting him know that I'm onto him.
I can't have you like out here have me in public just openly saying, yeah, half my coworkers are racist. Like, nah, dog, that ain't it.
No,
that's not it.
You would never go in a public forum and say that your coworkers are racist. That's crazy talk.
I mean, if they were racist, if they were like, "Carlos, you nigger," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Jesus, that was a hard R.
Yeah, they got really upset with me at a training about like, because I was talking about inclusive language. I was like, okay, we're not gonna say nigga, we're gonna say, or the N word, we're gonna say nigger. And they all looked at me like, Jesus, and I'm like,
that's so hateful.
And I was just like, I think it's important because a lot of people will say, why can't I say the N word? And I think it's important not to say that, but to say, why can't I call you a nigger? And they were like, oh fuck, oh fuck. Carlos got really real during training.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, it's more irksome, like, on national television, that, like, they'll be like, why can't white people say the N-word? Nah, why can't you call somebody a nigger, right?
It is very much worth noting that Carlos is a very black man, has permission has permission to say this. Stop trying to get me banned on Twitch. What are you doing?
This is true. Oh, I forgot.
Jesus Christ. Calm the fuck down.
Nah, we wildin' out here. Right,
Jesus
Number?
Christ. No, Number, you're fine.
Yeah.
Is your name?
That's
I just
me.
realized number 16. Is that a reference to Assassin's Creed 2, or is that something else?
Or Android 16?
Maybe. There's a lot of 16s.
Not enough 69s.
Can you imagine people thought you were a white guy and you were going out like that? What the fuck?
I just linked them my Twitter.
Oh my god. Is your Twitter pic still the Spider-Man Uncle Ben Rice picture?
Oh no, it's a photo of me now. I haven't found a good enough meme to replace that.
That thing's old as time itself.
That is the greatest image of all time. I would have people, my friends, randomly tweet me and say, "Carlos, every time I look at your photo, your Twitter photo, that shit just has me cracking up."
I'm glad you got so much mileage out of it.
I mean, it's great, but I need to find another really good one. Anime show called Grand French Guy named Code 16. Okay.
Neat. So, I'm watching something really weird happen in Full Metal Panic. It started off as like a typical like half mech, half like slice of life anime, and like it gets real fucking serious, but it also gets real goofy. And then they had an entire season where it was just goofy stuff, but because they kind of like set that precedent right off the bat, they're like, hey, you know, the serious stuff is coming back, but we thought we could, you know, this got real intense at the end of season 1, so let's reel it back. Let's just get some levity here. So they do that, and then there's another season where it's like mostly serious again. And now they're on the like 3rd real season. It's kind of like a little bit. It's like a splash of levity, but like mostly super goddamn serious. And it's like the main character, who's supposed to be like a real military guy, is legitimately going through like PTSD and shit.
Oh Jesus.
Well, it's like not like explicit, but it is. Where it's like it's a lot of like freezing up and stuff like that, and it's like questioning his life and things like that and stuff like that. It's like, damn. But this show is crazy because it's been going, like, it came out in, like, I want to say 98, 97, 99. Then the second seasons came out in like 2003, 2005, and now they just released it in 2018, the most recent season. It's like, holy shit. Just like the jump in quality and like the the tonal shifts in writing, it's crazy. I
really wish that Crunchyroll had more older anime that I feel like
I don't get the fuck out of here, Grandpa.
No, just because like there's a bunch of things that I feel like I'm missing out simply because I'm like, I don't get that reference to that and I don't want to go
I see
stealing someone. Like,
I mean, by the same token though, you like refuse to watch new shit.
I watched something new.
No, you don't.
I watched the new Ghost in the Shell series.
That's not something new. It's a continuation of something old.
It's actually a prequel.
God, you're the worst.
I was gonna actually start My Hero Academia, but I was like, maybe I should hold off.
I think you should, but I mean, I'll give you a very fair warning that it starts off pretty basic and slow, but it's worth it because it builds it. It does a lot of world building and exposition. But
I was also thinking about Attack on Titan.
Maybe. I honestly think that series takes a huge fucking nosedive after season 1.
A lot of people like season 2. I never saw
season 2 is acceptable. Like that's within like the range of like it's probably still good.
Also, I saw One Punch Man. I loved that shit. That was like one of the best anime I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
and Megalobox is a lot of fun.
There's other anime like that, but you won't even like give them a chance.
It's just more. I'm like, I want to watch.
I told you to get in on My Hero Academia when there was only like 20 episodes, and you're the one who made this so much harder on yourself.
I want to watch the classics before I start watching new shit. Cause like I enjoy watching old movies, so I'm like, oh, this is what that is.
Sort of.
Fuck you, cool.
Carlos must be old since he's living in the past. Season 2 of One Punch Man is coming soon. I actually read the manga for One Punch Man. You know what this motherfucker does? Every time he releases it, which is usually like once a month or once every 2 weeks, he releases like 150 goddamn pages per chapter. And it's, to put it in perspective, it's normally like 20.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the dude pumps out content, but it's good.
It's always weird to me, like once you find out like how often they have to fucking make a story. I'm like, how terrible is this?
Jesus Christ, One Piece has been going for like 30 years at this point, and that dude has worked fucking nonstop. He like takes like mandatory breaks now, where he'll take like he'll put out like a chapter for 4 or 3 weeks, and then he'll take a break. But it's like, goddamn, Ichiro Oda pumps out this shit, and it's consistent. It's crazy to be following.
He's the One Piece dude, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to be following something that long, and just like
That
the
shit-
quality has
That
stayed.
shit sounds fucking unhealthy.
It is. That dude is absolutely gonna die young.
I know he had to postpone his honeymoon 7 years.
Well, in the beginning, he had to work a lot harder, but now that he's like established as like Dragon Ball level, as like the best-selling manga of all time, it's a lot. He gets a lot more leeway, and like they want him to like take breaks because they're like, if we break this dude, then we're fucked. So,
Hunter x Hunter is pretty old number.
I know that that dude takes huge breaks. I know he once took a break because the new Dragon Quest came out, which I relate to that so hard.
Well, what's interesting is one of the more fun aspects of Yu Yu Hakusho is that later in the arcs, you can tell how frustrated he's getting with writing it, because he's like, dog, when I first started this, I kind of had an end goal, but it's doing too well, and I don't know how to keep doing. I like the one of the characters at one point voices the frustration of like, I can't keep living like this because this is gonna kill me. And then after he finished Yu Yu Hakusho, he like took a large absence for a period of time. And now with Hunter x Hunter, he like takes long periodical gaps, which I mean, if it helps, I wish I got more into Hunter x Hunter, but
I know I'd rather they like took breaks if they had to, because someone who followed Naruto from the start and who followed Fairy Tail pretty early on, holy shit, when an anime or a manga or an anime gets super popular and then they have to like keep up with demand, God, can series tank. When it's like they clearly had ideas, but now they have to stretch those ideas out.
there's a good YouTube channel called Shadow Eye Wolf, I think is the name. And he does a lot of videos on anime. But he was talking about like why the change in Naruto, and like one of the things he like brings up is like you can see that dude is struggling to keep up the artwork when he starts streamlining all the characters' designs, so they're no longer looking like their own individual character. They're now all wearing a uniform, so that way he can much easier animate and get this shit out.
Yep.
And he starts focusing too much on the lore, other than like, oh, what's the point of all of this? Which stresses me out. I'm getting secondhand stresses thinking about that. Of like, dog, I need a new issue by the end of the week, and I do not know where I'm going with this story. Hopefully, I just pump out enough shit that something will stick.
That's the thing with it's somewhat different with Fairy Tail, where it was like, I don't know if he didn't know what to write next, but it was more of the solution to every problem was, well, I'll just believe in my friends and try harder. And it's just like, it got real old, where it's like there was no interesting fights anymore because it was just like a fucking screaming match. And then it was like, you believe, and it's just like people getting every fight, someone was getting beat near death. To the point where you're just kind of like, I mean, it's hard to get invested. I've just seen a lot of series tank like that.
The other day I wanted to actually do a rewatch to Dragon Ball Z, because I'm like, I want to know how good it actually is, or how much
you will never objectively be able to know that. You have nostalgia.
True, but I'm more like, but there's things I can watch and I'm like, all right, this didn't really work out, but luckily the show got me hooked into the characters enough that I was like, all right, cool, I can watch this. Oh fuck, you're good.
I'm willing to I'm willing to bet that Dragon Ball Z still ages kind of well. My only issue with Dragon Ball that I would assume is
it's like 800 episodes.
Well, that, but also that I've watched so many anime that have copied it that I might be like, oh, well, this is unoriginal. Then I'll be like, oh, wait, they came up with it. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of another example of that. There's like, there's some movies that like they're really good and they like set the standard, but it's like so many movies have copied from them that it's like, you know, and just like almost perfected. It's kind of how I feel about Akira, where Akira is good, it's solid, but so many anime have copied it, and oh my god, fuck off. So many anime have copied it and like almost perfected the formula, where it's hard to like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I get it, I see the building blocks, but
also I want to buy the manga of that. I just do not want to spend the money for the manga for that, because like those are some thick ass books. They're 6 volumes. Apparently they go much more in depth on the characters, and like I have the 30th anniversary Blu-ray, and like they have all the behind the scenes shit, and you get to see them like work on the art.
Was Akira done by Toriyama?
No.
I feel like the I don't remember what they're called. The kids. What were they called in that?
I forget.
Like Espers or something like that.
Oh, the kids with superpowers?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about them?
I feel like they were drawn very Toriyama-esque.
Potentially. Toriyama was a massive influence on everybody.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
And then I haven't watched any of the new Dragon Ball for the fear of like, because there are gaps in my knowledge. Not that. It's more.
From what some of the people who've been watching it in my Discord have said, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, but I'm also like, it's one of those things. Like every once in a while, I watch it. Like there was a series I watched as a child, and then I went and rewatched it, and I was just like, that worked for what that was at that time. And now that you're trying to do this again, I'm like Arrested Development season 4.
Yeah.
Like
I kind of get what you mean. Where it's like
when I watched it at the time, I was like,
you can't recapture lightning in the bottle or whatever.
Yeah. Like the first time I watched season 4, I was like, it's not the best thing, but you know, it's more Arrested Development. Who couldn't want that? And then season 5, I haven't even touched because I was like, I went and rewatched like episodes of season 4. I was like, this just isn't actually good.
I started watching the recut of season 4. I still haven't finished it.
Yeah, I got halfway through and I was like, I'm done with that.
It's not that I have anything against it, just there was other better shit to watch.
This is true. And also there's newer shit to watch. I'm like, you know what? Those 3 seasons of Arrested Development are great. And I don't think any real like sitcom can really like go toe to toe with it. But like I don't need more Arrested Development. What the time we had together. We'll always have the banana stand. Yeah, exactly. It's like if they made another season of 30 Rock. You're like,
no, I would not want that.
Exactly. But in your you'd watch that season. You'd watch it.
I'd probably think it was okay. At first.
And then then you'd have to go back to it and be like, actually, I just wanted another season of 30 Rock, and I was willing to accept anything. It's like those later seasons of Community. At that point, I was just like, I just want more Community, but I don't actually care about the quality.
Have you ever watched season 6 again?
Nope. I haven't even gone. I literally watched a couple episodes of season 4, and I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna do season 5 when Dan Harmon comes back. I'm just gonna stop. I'm not gonna try to, because as good as those episodes were, I never really like connected to them like I did the first 3 seasons.
I mean, we were also younger when that came out too. We just gotta contribute.
Yeah, but I rewatched seasons 1 through 3 like pretty often.
I have so much money right now. I don't think I was supposed to survive that.
Neither do I, but here we are. I would never have gotten into Arrested Development had they not aired on G4. Same, Zero.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one day my dad was painting the house, and so once we were done painting, like we just had to. I had to stay. We both had to stay out of the way. So he went and sat outside to like read, and I sat and watched TV. And I was like, I'll just watch this, I guess. That and they used to play it around Thanksgiving because like that was like their family show.
Fuck!
You're gonna spend time.
Ah!
It's funny. I see you die.
I got greedy.
After you like.
It's always when I'm on like a good run that I get greedy, which is dumb. I think I watched it on Fox. Weirdly enough, I used to watch the Sunday Fox shows.
Damn, viewers. How did you not become a Republican?
Not religiously, which is part of being Republican. But
oh, Fox News.
No, I would watch it. I forget what came on. There was some like block of shows that like I would passively watch. And I don't think I like watched it through, if that makes sense. Like I would catch it occasionally. I know that's how Mark watched it too, because it was back when we shared a room. I don't know why I watched it. There was definitely a show. I don't know if it was like Family Guy or something, but
I will say it is fun, like, to bring it back to the anime conversation. I think it is funny when I watch any of these so-called prestige television shows, and I'm like, dog, the few anime series that I have watched have done what you've been trying to do, and they did it so much better. Like, it annoys me.
oh, what?
That, like,
what kind of shows are you talking about?
Like Breaking Bad.
Oh, like the ones that are always like, oh, the story is so good and shit like that. It's like, I know what you mean, where it's like, because of, this is a weird opinion, but because anime is drawn to set themselves apart from other things, if they can't really go on visual, they have to write like a good story. It's kind of the same reason why some people say that older video games had better stories, because they had to make up for the lack of like graphic and gameplay.
But my thing is always more like, the reason a lot of Americans don't open up to their ideas to the potential of this being a good story is like if you watch a Miyazaki film and then you watch like a Disney movie, they are very two different things. Like a Miyazaki movie or a Studio Ghibli movie is going to touch on something serious and something very dark, like a fucking Grave of the Fireflies, which is about the nuclear bomb, and like Disney is like, dog, we gonna give you Hamlet, but with lions and shit, my dude. Not to, like, I love Lion King, right? But like,
no, you love Hamlet.
Our perception of what you can do in an animated feel is just so fun. And then people like Pixar is so great. Like, I enjoy some Pixar. There's a lot of Pixar that I'm just like, all right, dog.
You're telling me Cars 3 isn't the masterpiece that it's, supposed to be?
Did I show you that fucking list of the dude who said Cars 2 was the greatest Pixar movie of all time? I was like, the crack is...
I think you did tell me about this. I don't remember what video you said it in, but you went on a fucking rant.
I hate when I see someone on the internet with a bad opinion, and then I have to go and look at all their other terrible opinions. Like, there's a dude on Twitter who constantly shows up on my timeline, and who said Suicide Squad was better than Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, dog, like, come on, why lie to me? Why lie to me? Lie to yourself, but don't lie to me.
It's like, come on, we're all friends here. You don't have to do this.
Like, are they sending you a check? But then again, I both like, I hate people. I saw Crazy Rich Asians last weekend.
I don't know what that is. Have you seen Black Klansman?
No, I have no interest.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Spike Lee.
What do you have against Spike Lee?
Spike Lee's hit that point in a rich black man's life where he is no longer completely radical. He is now becoming like a black Republican. He got paid by a police department to help make that movie as propaganda.
That's pretty sad, considering, like,
yeah, but
so much of the movement is owed to him. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's weird that
it is, but like, hey,
live long enough to see yourself become the villain type of situation.
Yeah, I saw. Have you seen Sorry to Bother You yet?
No. What's Sorry to Bother You?
Fucking dude from Atlanta. Why am I blanking on his name right now?
That doesn't...
Like Keith Stanfield. He was in Get Out. He was not Paperboy, not Earn.
Oh, the other dude.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his name? But I know who you mean. What about him?
He's in that, and he plays a telemarketer, and he gets a white voice when he's on the phone calls, and like it's hilarious, and also like it's a really great, like, politically incendiary film to watch.
Interesting.
If you can see it in theaters, I recommend it.
Do you have any intention of seeing the Happy Time Murders?
Nope.
It looks, I don't know. I'm hoping.
It looks like something I want to watch on Netflix all night.
Maybe. Like, I want it to be good, but also I don't have faith in Melissa McCarthy, who, by the way, really nice based on the Jesus Mero interview. Still can't fucking stand her roles in movies. I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the way she's typecast. But
yeah, I think you gonna get that check if that check gonna knock on your
door.
No,
I don't blame her at all. But I'm just like, I'm gonna pass on that. What was I going to say though? Oh, going back to your animation thing, I do think that that's starting to shift a little bit. I'm going to say thanks to Netflix, and it's just you have shows like BoJack where it's like that's not a kid's show; it's a cartoon, and it's getting very adult messages across.
Yeah.
So my hope is that one day we can all come together.
Well, like BoJack is I love BoJack. You love BoJack.
September 14th. It's going back.
It's kind of, it's in the vein kind of like South Park.
Yeah, I can see that, but
of like
sort of.
And Rick and Morty of like we're comfortable more with like they first have to tell jokes and then they can get dark and serious on us.
My only objection to that would be, and the Rick and Morty comparison has been made before, so I can definitely see that. My only objection is that there are some episodes of BoJack where it's like there are no jokes here.
Yeah.
You're getting a goddamn dementia trip, is what you're getting, or you're getting a fucking drug trip, or you're getting some just heart-wrenching, just shit. Like I think BoJack does drama.
Yeah.
Which the other ones wouldn't touch that. I see what you're saying, where it's like it's because it's based in comedy, where it's hard to take it completely seriously.
And it's also a harder sell. Like someone telling me to watch Mad Men, like you can go down the street right now. You'll be like, oh, I've never seen Mad Men. There'll be like 18 people come out the woodwork like, motherfucker, how are you living without watching Mad Men? Now Mad Men's a garbage show, as we all know. And
you know what I will say about Mad Men?
What? I've watched the first episode 3 times. I watched the second episode twice, and I still had no interest to start that third episode.
I've never seen Mad Men, but you know what I'll say about it?
What?
Brought John Hamm into the limelight. I think that's
true.
I think that's a worthy sacrifice.
That's Juliana's like favorite show, that The Sopranos, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit.
I could not get into Sopranos. I tried to. I'm sure it's another like slow burn like HBO show where it's like it just gets better as you go on, but I just don't have that kind of time.
Sopranos are dumb to me because I'm always just like, it's one of those shows that asks me to be sympathetic to a white dude who I don't need to be sympathetic to, like Breaking Bad tries to do that to me, and it's like he's got cancer, right? And like for a bit I'm like, I'm sympathetic to him, right? And then all of a sudden, like over the course of the show, like we all know, he becomes a complete asshat. But I'm like, if the show was just about a man like who was dealing with cancer and dealing with loss and spiraling out of control, instead of like, oh, we're first gonna start off with being sad, but then he's gonna become this crime thing, and I'm like, you got too anime and you didn't. The execution wasn't good enough.
I think my problem.
You kind of got racist while doing it.
I think my problem with shows like that is that they always abandon the original premise. So it's like, oh, he has cancer. Just kidding, it's in remission because this show needs to go longer. And I'm just.
I'm comfortable with abandoning.
No, because what they like to do is they like to go. Well, it's like, well, now even though he doesn't have to do it, he's still doing it. It's like no shit, but. I need a little bit more substance than that.
The thing that always annoys me is always like, and I don't like to like boil art down to this. What the fuck am I supposed to take that out of my life? Like, what am I like in Game of Thrones? As uneven as that show can be at sometimes, the thing that you always learn is like, you can fuck people over, but you need to understand that there's a hierarchy of like chaos is a ladder, right? If you want to live in that shit...
That's a good phrase. Did you come up with that?
Yeah. If you want to fuck everyone else over, you got to recognize that there are consequences in real life. And, like, you can see people change. But Breaking Bad always annoys me because I'm always just like, dog, he didn't have to be an asshole. He could just live in debt. You could make a really interesting story about a man who's just like, you know what, dog? I live this lifestyle. Also... Why does he have to be the best drug dealer in the game? If it was just a dude who was a bad drug dealer, I'd enjoy it more if he was a bad drug dealer instead of like, I now run the entire state of the drugs in this place. Like if he was just like, I sell weed, motherfucker, and he's just trying to get it going a little bit, just dealing with his depression and shit, instead of like, now I have to kill people, now I have to let this lifestyle consume me.
That is a good point. I wonder how drastically different that show would be if he just grew weed instead of made his own meth.
or just sold fucking coke. Like you could have a much more convincing episode because it's just that show wants to be great, but it's always like it also posits every minority character as an idiot except like Gus, and that I'm not comfortable with.
I think that's the AMC writers showing their age.
Yeah, and then whatchamacallit, like there are shows I think that do it well, like The West Wing. As much as I make fun of that show for being like a liberal, like jerk off, like this is a fantasy land where the other side don't want to kill poor people, they want to do the right thing too. But like at least The West Wing, it exists. I don't know. I find sitcoms are much better at handling these things because they're disarming and they're a little bit more earnest, and they don't feel like they're judging and trying to be too edgy sometimes. And I think that like a lot of the times whenever they're being like edgy, I'm always just like, dog, it doesn't have to be that way. Like people don't operate in the factor of like, let me fuck everyone over. It tends to be more of like, I thought I was doing the right thing. And then my beef with sitcoms is sometimes it's just like, you think you can solve everything with a conversation. But I like BoJack that like, we're going to have this conversation, and we're going to have this conversation again. And like, you need to actually change. Like, I can't keep telling you this.
My least favorite plot device is the misconstrued conversation. I'm getting so sick of it because the more I see it, the more I'm just like, you could literally explain this with 3 sentences. It's like, I don't even care if like they say it and the person doesn't believe them, because then they at least went through the avenue of, oh, it's a misunderstanding, let me explain, and then they explained it, and then the person could just be like, no, because like even that's better than just like unsaid words and then a person just standing there not saying something when they should be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I gotta leave in 10 minutes.
All right, we can wrap up soon. Where are you going today again?
I gotta go pick up the keys.
For the key party?
Yeah. For the Keyblade, man. Got turned up hot. Yo, someone made a fake tweet yesterday, or maybe a couple days ago, saying that all the voice recording has been done. And like, it's cute that people keep lying to themselves that this game's coming out.
I also doubt that the voice acting is done this far ahead.
I doubt that this game even exists.
I like how you're saying this to protect yourself from your own feelings. It's cute.
Nah.
It's really cute, and I appreciate it. But at the same time, what are you gonna do when this game comes out?
Oh yeah, then we're gonna start talking. Then Valve is gonna start getting like, oh shit, they did that. Diablo 3 already came out.
Here's my biggest issue with this argument. Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like they didn't start development on it right after 2. There was like 4 games that came after Kingdom Hearts 2. Good games, might I add. And it's just like, people are just like, it doesn't have a 3 at the end, doesn't count.
Yeah, that was weird, but also it did ask you to buy like 3 different consoles.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. But
like that was always my biggest thing.
But
then when they put it, now that they have it on the HD collection, I'm like, all right,
that excuse doesn't fly anymore. No.
Yeah.
Anyone can play any Kingdom Hearts game.
That's a recent thing.
But it's like people still have that mentality where it's like, yep, I played 1 and 2. I'm super excited for 3. I'm sure everything's going to make a lot of sense. I'm like, oh, no, it's not.
Oddly enough, I find that everything in Kingdom Hearts makes sense while I play it, but then as soon as I sit down after I finish the game,
oh god,
to think about
if you try and explain that, it's a clusterfuck. Nothing made sense. It's convoluted as shit, but I love it.
I just hope, and I know this probably isn't going to happen, I want to go back to, I love in Kingdom Hearts 1 that it's a boy looking for his friends. In Kingdom Hearts 2, like, I understand that, like, they get a bit too lore heavy, and, like, I enjoy that, like, it's still, like, Sora's like, I just want to be back with my friends, and I'm trying to bring this together. I hope Kingdom Hearts 3, because apparently it's supposed to be the end of Sora's journey. It's like, I just want to see, like, the full... I want to see the full evolution of their friendship.
Is it the end of Sora's journey or the end of Xehanort's thing? I've heard two different things.
I think it's both.
Because I think I heard the end of Xehanort, which makes sense, because then they can have a new villain. I have difficulty believing they're just going to ditch Sora.
Well, I mean, I think it's more like this is the end of Sora as the main character and as the main story arc. Like, I think he'll probably be, if anything, like an older character like Merlin and just like, oh, you're here, cool, bet.
That'd be pretty dope.
Get it going.
That'd be pretty dope. They can play every KH game except the DS ones because they're just movies in the HD collection. As someone who's played those games, you don't need to play those games. The movies more than summarize it well enough.
I need to watch those movies.
There's a lot of filler in those games that they cut right out.
The thing that always gets
Wait, did you not watch the 358 movie?
No, I was gonna watch that later.
Oh, it's
I know the story beats. I know, like I read a summary.
It's honestly pretty good. I watched the movie itself. It's pretty good.
It's just more, I hate the way that they deliver lines in Kingdom Hearts. Like, as much as I enjoyed the series, it's just like there's always a weird pause at the end of statements, and then like the person reflects for like 3 minutes before like responding.
Like an anime trying to save frames.
Yeah, and I'm always just like, all right, dog. Like, why does it do this? And also, like, the first time I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I was just like, this voice acting is so awkward.
To be fair to Kingdom Hearts 1, that was one of the first fully voice acted games. It came out like a year after, or 2 years in the PS2 life cycle, and that was like the first time voice acting was like a full thing.
I let rock, but then it's always just had that awkward style with like.
There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart.
Yeah, like the first time I played a Kingdom Hearts game, it always like.
I know now, without a doubt, that Kingdom Hearts is light. No, we can all quote that shit because it's so weirdly delivered.
I want this to go full romance arc. I'm like, allow this character to have grown up with me, because I'm like.
Here's what I want for Kingdom Hearts 3.
But also you have the complicated aspect of like all the kids who just caught up now. But I'm like, nah, cool, dog. Let's finish Sora and Kairi as adults, and let's the next Kingdom Hearts 4 or Kingdom Hearts 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, whatever, over 2. You can make that
here's
another child.
Here's what I want from this game. Just give me an actual romance, because I am so goddamn sick of anime and games just like leaving it up to like interpretation or dancing around. I'm like, why is this so hard? Like, just fucking do it.
Like High School Musical 1. Don't fucking do that to me. They need to get together.
Like, it's weird. I can appreciate it when like a 25 episode anime is just like, hey, by around like episode 20, they fucking make out. You know, they did it. They did it. They're together. And then, you know.
Talking about Gurren Lagann. Fuck my feelings up.
Gurren Lagann is a horrible example.
Crying in the club. I was crying on a plane.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot to ask about that. What did you think?
I didn't watch the movies yet, but the series as a whole, I really enjoyed.
What did you think about Kitan and his let's call it his wrap up?
Oh, that was great. I really enjoyed the big plot beats in that story. Like,
if you enjoy the big plot beats more than the series itself, you definitely need to watch the movies, because I think they do the plot beats justice and cut out the things that just kind of like dragged it along. Alright, well.
I also need to find the movies. I don't know where. But I'll talk to you later.
I can find you links for it. I'm going to wrap up. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for joining me, Carlos.
Thank you for being in the chat, y'all.
Oh, I'll beat this game eventually. Hopefully. Maybe. I'm getting real fucking annoyed with it.
I'm going to beat my meat tonight. Right.
I
really think I might have... I think I made this mouse up in my head. I feel like I'm a psycho person now.
Try and sleep there and see if you can find it.
Fuck no! Have you ever slept in a house with a mouse?
Yes! I slept in a basement with a mouse, remember?
I don't know why I'm asking you that. You poor.
Thanks. Alright. Bye, everyone.